everyone. Fluffy here, back with the vlog, and it says 13 minutes, but when I videoed the haul, I had 20 minutes. And remember, it was an hour, but I had to download an app, and I'll get into that in a minute. So I think that took the time away. So hopefully I'll be able to say what I gotta say in that amount of time. That looks weird. What is that? Oh, scissors. I couldn't even tell you what I thought it looked like. Oh my God. Okay. What have I been up to? My cleaner didn't work out. And I'll explain why. It was supposed to be, my daughter had told her that I needed some organization and that I needed the house cleaned, that I was having mobility issues, that I was grieving, and this was basically a depression house. So when she came, we really clicked really good. I mean, there were a couple of things I didn't like she would interrupt me when I was trying to explain to her the situation. And the first day when she was cleaning up, I had gowns and stuff hanging up in the laundry room. And she was in there and thinking that she's putting away things correctly. And I told her, if you'll bring me those, I can fold them. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll put them right here. And she hung them up. She didn't fold them, you know. But then I didn't ask her to. Anyway, she wouldn't put things in their proper place. I would try to direct her, and then she would be like, no, I understand. And then for her, it was making it look like it was neat and clean. What she didn't realize is that she was making more work because I couldn't find things. She put things on the floor, and I had told her that I couldn't reach the floor. That's why a lot of times when things fall, if I don't have my grabber, they stay on the floor. And so I paid, the last time she came, she charges $75, and she said, well, I'm giving you a deal because I know you need my help. She was supposed to come at noon or 11. She didn't come till noon. She only stayed 2 hours, and I still had to pay her $75. I thought that was a little steep, but I thought, okay, she'll realize it and make it up somewhere down the line. And I had told her at the end of the day, no matter what you do, always leave time to do the floors. And that's only this living room and the kitchen. She hadn't even went into my bedroom or my bathroom, because we wanted to focus on the living room and the kitchen because this is where I'm spending my time. So, cut to this last week, on that Monday after I videoed, I contacted her because I always want to verify that it's for the next day. And one time she had to cancel the week before because her child was sick. So when I did, she had told me because she misplaced something. She put things in weird places. Like I realized she'd split my teas. And then I have these number 10 cans of things like butter powder, some potatoes, things like that to store for long term. And she ended up putting I have 4 cans of different stuff. She ended up putting one of the cans with the coffee stuff in another cabinet, not with the other 3. So that was strange. But I thought, okay, yeah, I can always move that. And I ended up finishing, like I told y'all before, this stuff myself. And so when I had a text her to ask her where it was, she says, I think I'm confusing you with my organization. Let me know what you need done so I can do it your way. Made sense. And I told her, okay. So then I proceeded to tell her, well, all I'm really going to need you to do besides the floors tomorrow is deep clean the stove. Y'all, she wanted to charge me extra for deep cleaning the stove, and the price was going to depend on how bad the oven was. And I said, that's even with the only other thing besides the stove that I want you to do that day are the floors? Yeah, because, you know, I have nightmare stories, and I thought, this is getting really confusing. I thought it was all-inclusive. You know, the other 2 housekeepers that I'd had before never charged extra. It was a flat fee. So I just told her it's very confusing for me. I'm just going to have to try to find somebody else. Thank you very much for what you have done. So And so that's what it is. So my daughter found care.com, and that's the app I had to load up. So when she was here Sunday, she helped me set it up and everything. And so I'm still looking for somebody on it. So I put what I needed, and some people have texted me, and I texted them back, but I've heard nothing. So we'll see. So I just sit in dog hair. So try not to make too much of a mess, and I'm still doing what I can in my own house. It was very obvious when Sunday, I had remembered, like Saturday, I had remembered that I couldn't remember the last time I changed out the air conditioning filter. Well, now that we're buying the house, or now me, I'm buying the house, it's on me if the AC goes out. So, but when we were renting the place first, but they would replace it, or it was a requirement that we replace it. That's what it was. But anyway, I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember the last time. So Saturday I ordered a filter, and I got it. And so Sunday night I try to put it in. And if I remember, I'll put my blood pressure picture here. I got in there, and it only takes like 3 minutes. And I did have a rack in front of it, not to block the air, but this woman, I realized how much she had shoved off to the side to make it look like it was straightened up. She had stuff on the floor. I had a hard time moving everything. And so I almost fell a couple of times because my back was hurting me so bad. And I got the filter done. And of course, when you're in that kind of a state, you're trying to rush, so it wouldn't go in there right away. And then when it was time to shut the door, the old filter fell and got in the way. The stuff I had to move out of the way was in the way. It was just a complete mess. My blood pressure was up. You know, I'm texting my daughter, oh my God. And she's like, Mom, just calm down. You know, it'll come down pretty quickly because you've been taking your medication. And she was right. It was just so traumatic, you know. So if any of y'all are housekeepers, really listen to your person. Because, like, I remember she made a face when she was going to just wipe the top of the stove off, and I had some clean pots sitting on one of the burners because I hadn't been able to get the stamina to walk. I know it's awful, y'all, walk across the kitchen to put them up myself. So I said, well, just go ahead and put them up. They go right there. She kind of made a face because I think she just wanted to move them over. But she's helping me get organized. So there was just a lot. I mean, she was a sweet girl, and we got along that way. I enjoyed talking to her. But she just wasn't a right fit as far as organizing and cleaning. So I'm still looking. So I went out, I was going to say mukbanging, but I did mukbang. I went driving. Monday was the only day that I went last week. I've got to get back in the car, y'all. I got to get back in the car. And so I'm going to try to go out tomorrow. I want to talk a little bit about why I'm grieving, and I'll let it out little by little. But I know I've hinted that it was me and someone else that was buying this house. I knew the person for a long time, like 7 years. I loved them very much, and they loved me. And they moved down here for a better life. And they found peace. And we were here, and we took care of each other and loved each other. And she was my best friend. And we were friends first. And, you know, she said, you know, we get along and things are good because we choose each other every day, even on the hard days. And late last year, she fell ill. and we thought that it was just a cold. And I took care of her and tried to help her. And one night, I ended up having to call 911. And they could not save her. So she passed here. It's been hard. And that's what's been going on. And ooh, I don't want to do this. She would not want me to be in this situation. In the time that she's been gone, I've gained like 55 pounds in a very short period of time. And that's really wreaked havoc on my health. And I'm slowly trying to crawl out of that, because she would not be happy. But I know that her coming here, she was at peace, and she finally found the peace that she was looking for. And I just wish that it would have continued. And I don't know why people get taken, you know? Anyway, I'm trying to fix that. And it's been difficult, but I'm getting through. In the beginning, because she passed away in our bedroom, I seemed like I couldn't get out of the bedroom. And I knew that wasn't healthy. So I came out here, got another TV, and it's been helping that I've been out here. So I remember I told you I was losing the same 5 pounds. Well, I breached that and I lost 8 pounds. So now I'm gaining and losing those last 3, but I'm keeping the original 5. So that is progress. And so the little one was hers. And so now but she was ours, but you know what I mean by that. I mean, Big Dog was mine, but she was ours. And so it's been an uphill battle, but I'm trying. And filming has helped so much. You have no idea. And I want to thank y'all for welcoming me back. It's meant a lot. So, oh, today, I don't want to end this on a sad note. All right, we're back to the 3-minute thing. Okay, I got an email from the park, and there were a couple of things that they addressed. Y'all, one of the things that they addressed was animals being out and junk around people's houses, and she's going to be doing an inspection. And if people aren't complying, then it's going to be fines and then eviction. Also, the trash. The trash has to be done a particular way. So I called today to get verification, because she sent a thing of the city, the rules of the city trash, and I called her and said, listen, sometimes I get boxes and I don't put them in a bag. I take the biggest box and then I put all the little boxes in there really neatly. Then I put it out on the curb. Is that okay, or do I have to put it in the bag? And she said, have they been picking it up? And I said, yes. And she says, then don't worry about it. But when I initially called her, I said, listen, this is not why I'm calling. But first, let me say, thank you so much about putting in there about the dogs, because it's been getting flipping out of hand over here. It's just been getting out of hand. And she goes, listen, if you send me pictures, she said, I'll address it. And I said, oh, you sure right. Y'all, I started snitching. Now, I did tell them that this guy, I had an issue before, but we talked it out, and now he's very compliant with the dog. I said, and I started naming people. There's been a black dog, and I think that's the one after that. Conveniently, it's been getting out a lot. People across the street got a new puppy. She's like, oh my God, they got another dog. I said, yes, ma'am. Look, I'm snitching everywhere. So I just thought that would tickle y'all to death because they're finally addressing it. And apparently you can't put your trash out on the curb till the night before. And she said some people are putting it out on Wednesday. Y'all, we get trash picked up on Monday. How are you going to have so much trash that you're full again on Wednesday? I think what it is, they forgot to put it out Sunday night for Monday. I'm sure that's what's happening. But, so certain neighbors have been hauling trash because they know they're fixing to get inspected. And that's what she said. She says, I hadn't been out doing a walkthrough of the park. Well, she's going to get on her little golf cart. But she goes, but they better be ready. And I said, listen, I feel like I'm compliant. I said, so if I'm not, I need you to tell me and I will fix it right away. But because as far as I know, so I'm going to wrap this up because this is my third little mini video. I'll have to start deleting stuff again, but looking at apps and stuff. But anyway, I thought y'all would get tickled about that. So God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind and be your own advocate. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay? Bye.